Logic. The invisible machine behind every thought. Some truths feel self-evident. If all mammals breathe air and your cat is a mammal, then your cat breathes air. Simple, uncomplicated. The mind slides into it effortlessly, like a key turning in a lock. This is logic. A quiet, relentless engine behind every thought we call rational. It doesn't ask whether something feels true. It asks whether it follows. Logic is the skeleton of reason. The architecture that holds thought together when intuition fails, when emotion clouds, when belief wavers. It's not concerned with what you believe, but how that belief connects to everything else you claim to know. It's the difference between a chain and a pile of links. At its core, logic examines relationships. If one thing is true, what else must be true? And when one thing collapses, what else falls with it? There are two primary engines that drive this machine: deduction and induction. Deduction moves downward. It begins with a general principle and drills into the specific. All humans are mortal. Socrates is human, therefore Socrates is mortal. When the foundation holds, the conclusion is inevitable. An unbroken line from premise to truth. Induction moves the other way. It climbs from the ground up, finding patterns in chaos. The sun has risen every day you've been alive. It's reasonable to conclude it will rise again tomorrow. Not certainty, but probability refined into expectation. Induction is the operating system of science, of everyday life, of every instinctive prediction you've ever made. It trades guarantees for adaptability. In the modern world, logic no longer lives only in language. It's been translated into symbols, into mathematics, into code. Symbolic logic lets us compress vast, tangled arguments into crisp formulas. Lines of pure structure, where ambiguity is stripped away. It's the DNA of programming, of artificial intelligence, of machines that reason without ever needing to understand. And perhaps this is where the future of logic truly begins. Imagine consciousnesses not bound by neurons, but by circuits. Minds not shaped by evolution, but by architecture. For them, logic isn't a tool, it's a native language. A superintelligence wouldn't wrestle with uncertainty the way we do. It wouldn't drown in emotional contradiction or cognitive bias. It would see logic the way we see color. Immediate, inherent, unavoidable. Entire civilizations of post-biological minds could emerge, built entirely on deductive frameworks so vast, they collapse what we call mystery into solvable equations. But even in that future, logic wouldn't answer the most haunting question: what is true? Because logic doesn't deal in truth. It deals in consequence. It says dash, if this, then that. But it never guarantees the starting point. If the foundation is flawed, the whole edifice stands perfectly wrong. It's a machine for testing, for filtering, for scaffolding thought, but not for choosing what reality actually is. It's that choice, the choice of what assumptions to feed into the system, still belongs to something else, to observation, to intuition, to experience, or perhaps one day to minds beyond anything we can currently imagine. Minds that design new forms of logic, beyond deduction, beyond induction, able to navigate realities we cannot yet perceive. And when that happens, our logic, the clean, elegant chains we built, may look primitive. A child's first attempt to sketch the universe with straight lines, on paper far too small. But for now, in this fragile human mind, logic remains what it has always been: a compass for thought, a lens to clarify what follows from what. Not a map of truth, but a way to know whether the map you're holding makes sense at all.